Ma'am, if you just go right, na, like there is an option to go right, and you can bring them in that grid window for you.
Yeah, but Mobility has come.
Yes.
Hi, Mobility. Good for you. Yes, I know, but they then the others disappear.
Right.
Ritika, I can't see.
Um,
Well, I know you're there, Ritika, because I need to annotation. Anish is looking to annotate the share. I've got an annotation request. I don't think I need from somebody called Anish.
Yeah, you just need to approve the annotation request of the students only, not.
I need to?
Means if they ask you, that is, I don't think they have asked yet.
Yeah, somebody has. Somebody called Anish.
Yeah, that's not one of our 4 students, so let's not approve.
Sorry.
Okay.
We can request the students not to press on annotate.
Yeah, please, if you don't mind. Yeah.
Participants, please don't press on annotate. If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. It will be taken to ma'am and your queries will be answered. Thank you.
Anyway, I think I'm not able to see all of them together. I don't know if you can get them all on the same screen. Otherwise, I guess when I'm talking, I will.
Yes. You could just start, ma'am. We will.
Yeah, I'll start. That's okay. So now today we've got brain teasers, and this is a slide seminar. And I'll start with the first. It starts with a poll question, okay? Because I called it brain teasers. Now, what is it that the word tease means? So we all know what, many people know what the word tease may mean. But which, and these are all, if you go to the dictionary, you'll find all of these different options for the word tease, and they can all be used in various contexts. So the first question is, and I think Priya will launch the poll. Which of the following does not apply to this seminar? Okay, I can see Ritika and I can see Mogalodi. I can't see Amoy just now, but Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am. There is some issue in polling. I'll just do it in a while.
Yeah, that's okay. So let me talk to Ritika and Mogalodi, whom I can see, and then I can get Amoy as well as Sauravi. Ritika, you want to answer this question? Which of the following, yes, I can see Amoy as well, does not apply to this slide seminar?
I think it's to embarrass, ma'am.
To embarrass, okay. Amoy?
Ma'am, I think it's to provoke.
To provoke, okay. I can see Mogalodi. Can you see these 5 options, Mogalodi?
Yes, ma'am, and I'll go with to embarrass.
To embarrass, okay. Now, where is Sauravi? I can't see her, but she must be there somewhere.
Ma'am, I am, ma'am. My answer is, ma'am, to embarrass.
To embarrass, okay. Priya, were you able to launch the poll?
Anita, most of the attendees on the chat box are writing 4, to embarrass.
To embarrass. And I think that's absolutely right. It is to embarrass. Tease does mean to embarrass. It's a dictionary word, but I don't want to embarrass you guys, okay? But I want to do each of the other 4 things, and that is, yeah, I want to vex you, because the word to vex, apart from, tease, is to disturb one's state of mind. And I do want to disturb your state of mind, because if your state of mind is in a ferment, then you are thinking. To tantalize, what is the meaning of the word to tantalize? It is to excite, to fascinate. And I hope you will be excited and, get fascinated, not just in this particular seminar, but I think in all of the different events, talks, seminars that we provide in the OTPPP. Of course, I hope you are stimulated. That is, you know what the word stimulate means, to trigger or spark an interest. And there is this thing that we do, no? When you say you tease a specimen, what does that mean? It means to dissect out. And to dissect out means that you do it in a way which is not ham-handed, which has to be carefully done. And that is what it means. When you see a slide, you should look for nuances. Okay. Now let us come to the first case. Who's going to take the first case? I see just one person on my screen just now, and that is Ritika. So Ritika, will you take this first case, please?
Yes, ma'am. So the first case is a 35-year-old male with bilateral cervical and axillary lymphadenopathy.
Okay. And I guess you've seen the presentation that was sent to you, Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
so here
good.
we see
Yeah.
So here we see a section of a lymph node that shows complete effacement of architecture, and we can see diffuse infiltration of lesional cells, ma'am.
Okay. Ritika, do you see, you just said diffuse effacement of the architecture. Would you like to explain to everybody what this defacement of architecture is?
The normal follicular structure is not seen, ma'am. We cannot make out any normal lymphoid follicles. And we can see
Lymphoid
sheets of.
follicles. Okay, very good. Do you say the same thing, Amoy?
Yes, ma'am. Normal lymphoid follicles or germinal centers, we cannot see in this.
All right. What about you, Sauravi?
Ma'am, sinuses are not patent here.
Sauravi, do you agree that there is complete effacement of the architecture? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Mogolodi, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Oh, all right. I can't see you, Mogolodi, but I'm sure you're there. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, there, I can see you. Mogolodi, do you agree with the three ladies that there is complete displacement of architecture?
Yes, ma'am, I agree. There's a complete effacement.
All right. So now we have a word here. We have two words over here: effacement and architecture. Agreed? All right. Now, since it is Ritika who is answering, yeah, Ritika, you want to tell me what is architecture and what is the meaning of effacement?
Ma'am,
Tell me what
architecture is
you
the normal.
understand by architecture in a lymph node.
It is the normal histology of a lymph node where we see the capsule and the subcapsular space, and then we have the cortex, the paracortex, and the medulla. So that is a
Right.
normal histology that forms the architecture of a lymph node.
What is the cortex and what is the paracortex and what is the medulla, Ritika?
And the cortex should have lymphoid follicles, and they should be forming germinal centers.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
they should not
okay.
be varying in sizes, and they should not have any abnormality.
I see. Okay, so that is the cortex, according to you. What about you? Sauravi, I heard you. I saw you shaking your head. So you agree with Ritika, right?
Ma'am, cortex is just which lies beneath the subcapsular sinus, and there is presence of follicle.
Hmm? So that is according to you the normal architecture. Amoy?
Normal architecture, ma'am. From capsule, there will be capsule, there will be subcapsular sinus,
Yes.
there will be cortex, there will be medulla with hilar structure.
Right. So you see that in every node, Sauravi, and Ritika, you see it in every node. You have seen it in every node that you have ever seen. You see a cortex in which you have follicles with germinal centers. Yeah. So if you
Yes, ma'am.
don't see follicles with germinal centers, it means that it isn't, it's abnormal. Yeah? Oh, very good. What about you, Amoy?
Ma'am, germinal centers are mainly for reactive. So if it's not reactive, we won't get germinal follicles.
So then what do you get if you don't see it?
Primary follicles.
Yeah.
Primary follicle, ma'am, we can get.
Oh, you can get primary follicles. All right. And suppose there are no primary follicles at all. It means that lymph node architecture is effaced. Yeah? Mogalodi, what do you think? Now just think, no? What is architecture? You're sitting in a room, all of you are sitting in a room. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
okay. Mogalodi, if you walk out of that room, has the architecture of that room been disturbed?
Not
Suppose you get up from your chair and you walk out
Yeah.
of the room. Is the architecture of the room disturbed? Just answer
No,
yes or
ma'am,
no,
it's not.
Mogalodi.
No, ma'am, it's not disturbed.
No, it hasn't. Okay. I'll ask the same question to Sauravi. All right. You're
No,
sitting
ma'am.
in a room. You've got some blue curtains at the back. All right. Say, suppose into that room come 3 or 4 other people. And they bring their chairs and sit in the room. Has the architecture of the room been disturbed?
No,
Just
ma'am.
yes or no?
No, ma'am.
No. All right, very good. Now let me ask a similar question to Ritika. Okay, Ritika, I can see a cupboard there behind you, and I can see some. There is a door or something behind you. Yes. Okay.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
keep that door open, yeah, and you shift the cupboard to the right of you, has the architecture of the room been disturbed?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Very good. Amoy, I can't see anything behind you except for a blank wall. Okay. But you must be having things around there. You probably have a desk and on which you have your computer. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So if you took away that desk and you put a bed in its place, yes, and you
Yes.
were not in that room, and maybe it was your colleague or it was a friend or it was anybody else who entered into that room and sat on the bed, would the architecture of the room be disturbed?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. Right. So now what is it that I'm getting at? Mogalodi, why did I ask this question? Because we are discussing architecture, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
so the chairs, the cupboards, the door being open or closed, whether you put a bed or you take away your computer, or 4 people enter into the room rather than 5 people, okay? And sometimes you have parties in your room and then you bring in a whole lot of, chairs and tables and you bring bottles of, I don't want to say what kind of bottles, but they have drink in them, etc. So do you change the architecture, Mogalodi?
No, ma'am. You
No,
don't
ma'am.
change
So what is
anything.
architecture, Mogalodi?
I would say the architecture is the.
Can we have it a little louder, Mogalodi? Because I'm finding it a little difficult to hear you.
Oh, is it better now?
Yes, it's better. So maybe you can hold the mic
Okay.
a little closer to your.
Yes. So architecture would be the structures that hold the lymph node.
No, it's not
in
about the lymph
place.
node. I'm talking about
Not the-
architecture in
what-
general. What is architecture?
So I guess the design of the structure.
Design, yes. Yeah. Of course, I can even change design. I can put a screen or I can, paint it in different colors and whatnot. But the architecture hasn't changed. So somebody like to help Mogalodi, Ritika?
Something like a framework, ma'am.
Framework, okay, that's a design. Okay, somebody saying framework. Amoy,
Ma'am, the basic structure.
basic structure. Yes, excellent. So design, basic structure, framework. Sauravi?
Ma'am, the framework mainly. The basic
So,
structure framework.
what were we talking about? Everything else could be moved, no? It could be changed. It could be, you could go out, other people can come in, you can open doors, close doors, you can bring in furniture, you can convert your room into a lecture seminar. You know, if you put a table over there and you put 8 different chairs, if your room is large enough. So it has to be what all of you said. It's the fixed structure is architecture. Do you agree, Mogalodi?
Ma'am,
Yeah?
I agree.
Yes or no? It is. And everything else that you talk about, whether it's tables, chairs, people, computers, bottles, whatever you want, yeah, plates, knives, forks, and even forget about all those, even what you normally would put in a room. Say you say this is a bedroom, okay, so it will have beds and so on. The next occupant of that room might decide that I don't want to use it as a bedroom, okay, I want to use it as a study. So that person takes out all the beds, yes, and brings in a table and chairs. No, I'm taking a little time over here because people say this very blithely. The architecture of the lymph node has been effaced. So you think that all these lymphocytes, and then when I asked, suppose you don't have reaction centers, and Amoy said, we don't always have to have reaction centers. We can have primary follicles. No, somebody said, yeah. And if a lymph node is showing a T zone reaction, you'll get lots of T cells. If it is showing a B zone reaction, you'll get lots of B cells. If it happens to be some kind of plasma cell issue, there'll be plasma cells, okay? But has the architecture of that lymph node changed? No. So we have architecture and we have interior decoration. Yes or no? In real life?
Yes,
Ritika,
ma'am.
you're shaking
Yes,
your
ma'am.
head, right? Yes. And I can change. And this happens continuously in lymph nodes because the lymph node is a physiologically stimulated organ, no? So its appearance can change depending upon what is the state, physiological state of that lymph node at that particular moment of time, right? So now tell me, how can you talk about an architecture when actually what is the architecture now, Mogalodi? If you've understood, that is actually cell content. We in ordinary everyday language talk about what? We talk about interior decoration. Yeah. So when we're talking about lymph node, which is continuously changing its appearance, it never looks the same from one lymph node to another lymph node, the same lymph node, when it is stimulated, when it is not stimulated, if it is stimulated, by what is it stimulated? Yes. So then you can't talk about architecture, can you? Ritika, you're the one who's doing this this particular case. So what do we talk about? We talk about architecture and we talk about cell content. Okay. So now tell me, when you're looking at this, are you going to tell me that the architecture is effaced? What?
Yes, ma'am, it looks effaced.
It is. Why? Because again, you'll tell me, Ritika, oh, I can't see follicles. Oh, I can't see. But that is cell content. Okay, so the cell content has changed. But does that mean that the architecture has been lost? So now tell me, Ritika, I know all of you are very shocked because you have discussed this. You are continuously discussing these, and you have never ever thought about lymph nodes as having an architecture and having a
Cell
Cell
content.
content. See, except for lymph nodes and the plasticity of connective tissue, most things have a fixed architecture and a fixed cell content. The kidney has a fixed architecture and a fixed cell content. The liver has a fixed architecture and a fixed cell content. The lung has a fixed architecture and a fixed cell content. Okay? And the lung may be expanded, it may be contracted. Okay? It's like having a tent. So the tent can grow larger if you push the walls out, or so that does not mean that the cell content is has changed. The architecture remains the same. Yes. So now tell me, can you see any architectural features over here that you can recognize? So what would be, Mogalodi, the architectural features of a lymph node? Fixed architectural features.
The fixed architectural features, I guess, would be
Loudly, Mogalodi, can you put your...
the fixed architectural features could be the capsule.
Very good.
Have
Excellent.
the
And
follicular dendritic network.
follicular dendritic network. Is it
Yes.
always there? It may
I-
not be, right? So we're not talking about cells over here. We are talking about fixed architecture. So you were right. You said the capsule. Sorry, anything else?
Ma'am, subcapsular sinus,
Yes.
medullary sinuses, ma'am, on medullary cords.
Sinuses, okay. Ritika,
Ma'am, the lymphatic sinuses and the blood vessels.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you get the capsule, you get the subcapsular sinuses, you get the sinuses that are there inside the lymph node, which are ramifying. Now, you would not be able to identify that this is a lymph node unless you saw the capsule, you saw the subcapsular sinus, you saw the sinuses over there, and then they open into the medullary sinuses, and finally you have the afferent vessels that are coming in and pouring their lymph into the subcapsular sinuses, and you have the efferent vessels that are leaving the hilum, and yes, you have the blood vessels that come in through the hilum, ramify within the lymph nodes, and the arteries come in and the veins leave. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, and whether you have a reactive lymph node or a non-reactive lymph node, or what kind of reaction in the lymph node, this is going to remain the same. Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Now, before we come to this, you tell me any disease that you know, yeah, apart from we're talking about hematolymphoid. Tell me any disease you know that will destroy the architecture of a lymph. Then we'll come to figure out whether this architecture is destroyed or not. Tell me any disease that you know that will destroy the architecture of a lymph node. Definitely destroy it.
Metastatic disease, ma'am.
Metastatic disease, carcinoma, or metastatic, yeah, usually carcinoma, because in the lymph nodes you hardly get any other. And what does it do? What, it may not destroy the architecture because it may be sitting very nicely inside the
Subcapsular sinus.
it may be in the subcapsular, it may be in the sinuses within the lymph node. But when you see that, it doesn't mean that the architecture is destroyed. Do you agree, Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, it's when it comes out, when it destroys the, the fixed architecture where the sinus walls are broken down and it occupies the entire lymph node. And when you can do this. Just get a reticulin stain done and you'll see how beautiful the architecture of a lymph node is. If your department allows you to take a normal lymph node and just do the architecture, take it, do it on a metastatic carcinoma and anything else that commonly destroys the architecture.
We can actually destroy.
Yes, Mogalodi, what?
TB.
Put your speak into the mic.
I was saying TB.
TB, wonderful. Yes. Granulomatous disease. Okay, yes, when you have granulomatous disease, it destroys the architecture. So if somebody tells me that the architecture is effaced in metastatic disease or in granulomatous disease, I will believe them. Okay, but if there is something else that is growing in a lymph node, okay, I will take it with a pinch of salt that the architecture is effaced. Okay, I would, yeah, the cell content has changed. In lymphoma, what happens? The architecture is often not effaced. If you take say a CLL, low-grade lymphomas, and so on, you will find that the architecture is not effaced. You still see the sinuses, the subcapsular sinus, you see everything. Okay, and except that the cell content in between all of this is effaced, is changed. Okay, it changes in physiological conditions, it changes in neoplastic hematolymphoid conditions. Okay, so there is an infiltrate, but that infiltrate does not necessarily destroy the architecture. Oh, it might. There may be some high-grade lymphomas or some, maybe some cases, nodular sclerosing Hodgkin's disease, and some other diseases like you mentioned, tuberculosis as well as metastatic disease, will change the architecture of the lymph node. Okay, but don't assume that because you don't see follicles, whether they are, and that too in the periphery, just look at normal lymph nodes and tell me whether the follicles are only in the periphery. You don't see follicles that where you expect to see a paracortex. So you do, but you are simply seeing what the books say you should see, and you never bother to look and say, no, I don't see it like this. I don't always see a paracortex. I don't always see a, yeah, but see, all of you said, what is the normal architecture? Cortex, paracortex. If you tell me that the cortex is the normal architecture of the kidney, I will believe you. Why? Because? Yes, Amoy, why?
Ma'am, it is like fixed architecture.
It is fixed. It is absolutely fixed, and the cell content doesn't change. So that is part of the architectural makeup of the kidney, but it isn't so in lymph nodes. Okay, so now let's get off this topic of architecture and so on and its destruction. I say this only because there are certain features even in lymph node disease that are still retained. So now come on, Ritika. Can you see any architectural
The
feature?
diffuse infiltration.
There's a diffuse infiltration. All right, very good. Are there any architectural features that are still retained?
The capsule is retained, ma'am.
The capsule is retained. Anything else is retained?
And the reticular network is.
Oh, you don't know about the reticular network because you can't see it. Okay. Yes, Mogolodi, anything else you see that is retained?
Fine.
Ma'am, subcapsular sinus.
Aha, look at
Sinus
this, the subcapsular sinus.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can show you. Can you see this? That's fine. You see the space?
Ma'am.
Yeah, you see the space, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good. And that space is what?
Subcapsular sinus.
Capsular sinus.
Capsular sinus. Do you see something else over here? There you are. You can see the sinus going down
Sinus.
into the lymph node, which is in communication with the subcapsular sinus. Can you see it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Look at that. And this sinus over here is, you can clearly see filled with the same cells that you see in this. Can you see it or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Ma'am.
and this is something that is very interesting and you should not miss. Okay. All right, good. So now let's continue with the description.
Yes, ma'am. So we are seeing a diffuse infiltration of these lesional cells, and the individual cells are about medium to large sized atypical lymphoid cells, ma'am.
Yes, are you sure that they're lymphoid? Why did you call them lymphoid, Ritika?
Ma'am, because they have they appear like centroblast-like cells, ma'am, and
You mean at this far you can make out that they are centroblast-like, huh?
no, in the
Moguluri?
consequent images.
Consequent images. Moguluri, do you think that these look like lymphocytes to you?
Ma'am, I can.
Would you like to describe this? Ritika has come here with one description in her head, okay? Because she has seen the slides, they've discussed it in their department. Yes, Ritika? And the architecture was effaced, and there is a diffuse infiltration of lymphocytes is what Ritika came with. Mogulodi, do you agree with Ritika that this is a diffuse infiltration of lymphocytes?
I would say it's a diffuse infiltration
Yes.
of medium to large discohesive cells, ma'am.
All right, very good.
Nondescript, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know whether they are lymphocytes or not. Do you agree, Sauravi?
Yes, ma'am. We can't comment on the size of the cell in this low power view.
Okay, very good. But you know something, that it is sitting within the sinus. You saw that and I showed it to you. Okay. If you want to see again that it is here, these cells are sitting within this sinus. You can see the sinus there, and it is stuffed with these cells. There is also an open sinus at the periphery, and if you go further on over here, you can see at the top of this slide, you can still see an open marginal sinus. So come on now, Ritika. Don't say, you must say what you see and not what you imagine. Because you made up your mind, what is the diagnosis, and now you are seeing things which is in consonant with your diagnosis. Okay, fine. So let us go to the next image. Come on. Come on, Ritika.
So, ma'am, here we are seeing sheets of cells, and they have distinct cell borders, and they seem to have clear cytoplasm, ma'am.
Okay. That's all. That's all you see.
And there are also cells that are showing prominent nuclei, ma'am.
Prominent nuclei, nucleoli, you mean?
Nucleoli,
All
yes.
right. You know, you 1 minute ago, Ritika, you said that it was diffuse sheets of lymphocytes. Now, shall I repeat to you what you said just now? That these are cells which are diffuse and they have very, very clear borders, and they have very defined borders and very clear cytoplasm. Yes? Now, you know some lymphocytes that have clear cytoplasm like this? Because you said straight away that these are lymphocytes. Now name all the lymphocytes that you know that have this clear cytoplasm, Ritika. Lots of it, not a little.
Follicular dendritic cells have clear cytoplasm.
Follicular dendritic cells, and they are lymphocytes, Ritika?
No, ma'am.
No matter. All right. So then, tell me which other lymphocytes, according to you, have got a lot of clear cytoplasm, and these very odd looking nuclei, they are folded, yeah, they are irregular.
That can be seen in lacunar RSLs.
Right, so now all of these are lacunar RSLs? No.
No.
Okay. So now we have an issue, don't we, Ritika? Excellent. All right, Sauravi. Is there anything you want to add to Ritika's description of what these cells look like?
Ma'am, sheets of pleomorphic cells having abundant clear cytoplasm. Some of the cells have bizarre hyperchromatic nuclei, and some of the cells have multilobated folded nuclei with vesicular chromatin and prominent nucleoli.
Okay, all right, good. Any Mogalodi, you want to add anything?
At this point, no, ma'am. I think
Nothing. All right, what about you, Amoy?
Ma'am, same.
Same, okay. Folded nuclei, etc. All right, now. Ritika?
And here again, we are seeing large to medium-sized cells with indistinct cell borders and amphiphilic cytoplasm
Mhm.
and round to oval nuclei with fine chromatin and some of the cells show prominent nucleoli, ma'am, 2 to 3 prominent nucleoli.
Anything else to add, Amoy?
Ma'am, there are some large cells which are multilobulated
Yes, excellent.
with multiple prominent nucleoli.
Okay.
And ma'am, in the background, we can see matured lymphocytes.
Mature lymphocytes. You want to
Yes,
show me where they are, Amoy? Can
Yes.
you annotate them,
Yes, ma'am.
point to them or whatever? Come on.
Ma'am, this one is one.
So you think that that is a normal lymphocyte? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you
Yes,
agree, Mogalodi, that that is a normal lymphocyte?
ma'am, I haven't seen her annotation yet.
You haven't seen her annotation?
Yet, no. I think there's a delay, but I do agree that there's a background
See, you
of.
can see this is what, can
Yes,
you
I
see
see-
my,
I
my
see one now.
annotation?
I see the green one now. Yes.
Yes, so then this is what she had annotated, okay? So do you think that these are lymphocytes?
Yes. I had thought
Lymphocytes.
them to
What kind
be
of lymphocytes?
normal lymphocytes.
You think they're lymphocytes? Okay, Sauravi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Ritika?
Yes, ma'am, lymphocyte.
Yes, ma'am. Suppose I told you that they were apoptotic cells. Would you agree? Huh? Yeah, they are apoptotic cells. They're too dense. You want to see a lymphocyte? This is probably a lymphocyte here, where I'm drawing this thing. Okay, maybe you might even say that this is a lymphocyte. Those are dense, small, and they are, not lymphocytes as far as I'm concerned. Okay, here's a lymphocyte at the bottom. All right, so there is somebody who wants to annotate. Come on, what is that person wanting to annotate? I just gave them. All right, so now these are not lymphocytes. Here is a small lymphocyte if you want to see one. See, I'm drawing it over here to the right of the screen. Can you see that, Mogalodi? Which I just drew? Yes, so
The last
that
two,
is
yes.
a lymphocyte. These are
That one,
apoptotic
yes.
bodies. They're very small. Okay, please, this is a problem. I'm not saying that it is not, this problem does not occur, but that is there. But I want to ask you, do you see this cell here? And I'm going to annotate it. Yes. You see the nucleus?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Multilobated.
All right. Multilobate. That's all you can see. Is there a shape?
Reed-like nucleus.
Wreath-like. Do you know what is a wreath, Sauravi?
Reed,
Spell it, Sauravi.
WREATH, ma'am.
H. Very good. So what is a wreath? Come on, Mogalodi, what's a wreath? WREATH.
Yes.
You heard the word, Mogalodi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So what is a wreath?
And flower petals.
Flower petals, no. You know what is a wreath?
A
Have you
circle.
seen? It is a circlet. Okay. So it is a circle which is usually made of flowers. Okay, yes, somebody called Anika said, I saw it in the chat box. She said it is a circle. It's a circle, yes, but made of flowers. Okay, it is like and that's what, if you happen to be a Christian, often though people take those kind of wreaths to be placed at at any funeral ceremony or things like that. Yeah, they take a wreath. Similarly, people wear a wreath sometimes, in the old days, the Olympics, and they crowned you with a wreath of laurel leaves, and that was the highest honor that you could get. So if you want to know what a wreath is like, this is like a wreath. I'll just draw it here on the side if you can see. Oops. 1 second. You can see it's like this. Okay, that's what is a wreath. And then you have lots of flowers and other things that are there. That is a wreath. It's a complete circle. All right, that's a wreath. Do you think that looks like a wreath? Huh?
Yes.
Yes, it does. This looks like a wreath to you? Shall I draw it? How does it look? Can you follow my annotation?
Horseshoe shape, ma'am.
It's not horseshoe. Now tell me what it looks like. What does it look like?
Reniform kidney shape.
No, I'm going to move it away from there so you can actually
Embryonic shape.
Huh?
Embryonic shape, ma'am.
Embryoid shape. Now you can see it? Yes. Okay. So you can see. Oh dear, what happened here? Doctor, you and Dr. Amoy can annotate. Okay. So this is a wreath that you are seeing right here on one side. That I just took it away so that you can see what it is, but I can put it back. And now can you see the embryo shape?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, so this is not the only one. You want to see another embryo shape over here? I've just put it on top of that nucleus. So it's not just it's not just lobated. It looks like an embryo. Mogalori, you understand why it's called embryoid? Because it looks like an embryo bent upon itself, like you see in all embryonic, some things that are, that you see like embryos in the book. So you have to notice that it is there. Okay, anything else now? There is another one. Can you see it?
Yes,
This is less embryoid, but you can see that it has a crescent shape now. The nucleus is like a half moon. Do you see that?
Yes.
You can see my, see this? This is like a half moon. And so on and so forth. So there are not all. So what are these cells called?
Hallmark cells.
Hallmark
Oh,
cells.
great. Hallmark cells. Very good. So now I'm just showing you lots of these. Oh, look at this one over here.
Wreath-like.
Sorry. Okay, so what is your diagnosis now?
It's a non-Hodgkin's lymphoma favoring ALCL, ma'am.
Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, ALCL. You're absolutely certain about it. Yes? If you had to put your observations in a single sentence, what would you say? Ritika, come on, in a single sentence.
In a single sentence, a lymph node with effaced architecture and diffuse infiltration of tumor cells.
What? Lymph node with effaced architecture. It came back again, see? So, now give it to me in a single sentence.
A lymph node showing diffuse infiltration of lesional cells, ma'am, atypical cells that are large and many multilobated forms with embryoid and
Anybody
breed
else wants to
cells.
try? You know, if you have seen made your observations and you put it all into one sentence, the diagnosis normally comes to you very, very well. Anybody wants to try? Amoy? No?
Ma'am, normal lymph node architecture with infiltration of pleomorphic atypical cells.
What did you say about lymph node architecture, Amoy?
Maintained lymph node architecture.
Maintained. What was maintained? All of it was maintained? Some of it was maintained?
No, ma'am.
All right, shall I tell you? Just see, it's a cellular, large cell, pleomorphic, malignant tumor, yes, with an epithelioid appearance because it's in sheets and they're all sticking to one another, growing as sheets. There you are in a lymph node with a well-seen and open marginal sinus. And you can add over here, if you felt that you saw those embryoid things. So some of the cells have got embryoid or embryo-like nuclei. That tells you how to describe what you have seen. Okay, that's what you're going to say. Now, so when you see something like that, okay, what is your possible differential diagnosis? And it comes to this, no? Metastatic undifferentiated carcinoma, metastatic melanoma, large cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma with anaplasia, which could be anaplastic large cell lymphoma, but that means an ALCL, but not all of them that have this anaplasia are ALCLs, or a metastatic sarcoma with an epithelioid appearance. Okay. Now, here is a poll question. Right. Anybody? Priya, are you launching a poll or shall we just carry on?
Ma'am, there is some problem in launching the poll.
All right, doesn't matter. That's fine.
Answer in the chat section.
Fine, okay. Chalo, let's ask these young people. So what is your lowest priority over here? Ritika, come on.
Metastatic sarcoma with an epithelioid appearance.
All right, Amoy.
Ma'am, same sarcoma.
Same,
Metastatic
okay.
sarcoma.
And I'm on the right hand side, I've put the history as well as the single sentence observations. So what do you think is your lowest priority?
Lowest priority option D. Majority of the people have answered option D.
All right. I saw somebody there. I think it was Kailash Sarma who said the lowest. Kailash, who says that the lowest priority was metastatic carcinoma. Do you agree with that, Sauravi? Sauravi can't hear me, or she can't?
No, ma'am. My answer is number 4, metastatic sarcoma with an epithelioid.
Okay. Where is Mogolodi? Mogolodi, what is your lowest priority?
My lowest priority would also be metastatic carcinoma with epithelioid appearance.
Metastatic sarcoma, right? With an epithelioid.
Yes.
Yeah, appearance. Okay. Does anybody know what are these metastatic sarcomas with an epithelioid appearance? So you're right. My lowest priority was a metastatic sarcoma with an epithelioid appearance. Okay, so you agree with me, but that doesn't mean that that we are right. This may be our way of looking at this particular tumor. All right. So tell me, which are the sarcomas that often metastasize to lymph nodes? Yes, you can see that, right? Which are the sarcomas that metastasize to lymph nodes? Ewing sarcoma, alveolar rhabdomyoid sarcoma, alveolar soft part sarcoma, epithelioid sarcoma, synovial sarcoma. We want to know which one except gastrointestinal stromal tumor or clear cell sarcoma of tendon sheaths. sarcomas that often metastasize to lymph nodes, except. Come on, Amoy.
Ma'am, all of the above.
All of the above. Mogalodi,
Go with all of the above, ma'am.
all of the above. Sorry,
Ma'am,
huh?
ma'am, all of the above.
All of the above. Okay, so everything else metastasizes to the lymph nodes? All right, where is Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
All,
Ritika, what
I
do you
think all
think?
of the above, ma'am.
All of the above. What are they saying in the chat box?
Majority of told all of the above. Like one person is told alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma.
Okay.
Rashim has answered as GIST. Rashim and Roshni John has answered GIST.
Has
Otherwise,
answered what?
everyone else
I see.
all
Okay.
of the above.
Yeah. Okay. So, what would any of you want to say to Rashmi? Huh? That alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma, yes, it may be a sarcoma, and all of these are sarcomas, but they regularly metastasize to lymph nodes, okay? And some of them have got a very epithelioid appearance. Here, epithelioid sarcoma regularly metastasizes to lymph nodes. So we thought that our lowest priority was epithelioid sarcoma. So let's see if that is the case. Now, of course, here you have the appearance. Yeah, and so all of the above is the right answer, and you can see there. I'll just move you somewhere to the middle, and you see our famous hallmark cells over there. Okay, so what immunohistochemistry would you like to do over here? Any of you would like to say what immunohistochemistry you would like to do? Ritika, this is yours.
Yes, ma'am. We would like to the CD3, CD20, and CD45.
CD3, CD20, and CD45. Okay.
CD45.
What is it going to tell you, Ritika?
If the cells
What is
actually
it going to?
lymphoid or they are
So are they actually lymphoid or what?
or we could do a pan CK to know if they are from a metastatic carcinoma.
Okay. There's somebody called. Yeah, there are people answering in the chat box. Yeah. Okay.
Metastatic melanoma HMB45 to rural.
HMB45. Ma'am, LCA,
HMB45.
S100 also.
LCA, HMB45 and PAN-CK.
LCA, HMB45 and pan-CK. Right? So, if HMB45 comes positive, what is it? It's CK is negative, pan-CK is negative, and you said HMB45 and what else?
LCA, PAN-CK and S100.
You said S100?
S100.
No, ma'am, HMB45, CK and LCA.
And LCA. All right. So LCA is negative, and you have CK negative, and HMB45 is positive. So what is your diagnosis, Sauravi?
The metastatic melanoma.
Metastatic melanoma. I see. Okay. Ritika, what is your diagnosis? She has done 3 stains. And the 3 stains say that this is CK negative and LCA negative. And only HMB45 came positive. So what is it, Ritika?
Metastatic melanoma.
Metastatic melanoma. Amoy?
Yes, ma'am. Same.
Same. Mogalodi? Are you there, Mogalodi?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Very good.
Can you hear?
So what do you
Yeah.
think?
If HMB45 is positive, I would think it's suggestive of melanoma, and
It is melanoma.
I would
I
do
see.
confirmatory.
There are people in the chat box who are saying, why isn't it metastatic clear cell carcinoma? Can clear cell carcinoma be HMB45 positive and CK negative and LCA negative? Yes or no, Sauravi?
Yes, ma'am, we can
Yes.
get them.
So why did you say metastatic melanoma? Huh? Right. Can it be then? Could it also be a pecoma? A malignant pecoma?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, ma'am. It can
Yes,
be.
ma'am. So then why did you say melanoma? Does HMB45 prove that anything is a melanoma? Does melanA or HMB45 ever prove that something is a melanoma? And the answer is no, you cannot. Now, here, let me tell you, nobody should be doing a cytokeratin without doing an EMA or vice versa, okay? These are like Siamese twins, you have to do them together. Similarly, you do not do an HMB45 without ever doing an S100 protein. Because there are things that are HMB45 positive, there are things that are melanA positive, and are not melanomas, okay? Do you know what else is melanA positive and is not a melanoma? MelanA. Yes?
Hello?
What is melanA positive then but is not a melanoma?
Adrenal.
Adrenal cortical
adrenal
carcinoma
tumors.
or cortical tumors. Excellent, Mogalodi. Yes, they can be melanA positive and they are not melanomas. Similarly, you have your sexual stromal tumors. They are regularly melanA positive, but they are not melanomas. Okay. So you please do never do an HMB45 or a melanA without doing an S100 protein. All right. An S100 protein and HMB45 still doesn't mean it is a melanoma, because clear cell sarcomas of the tendon sheaths also are S100 protein and HMB45 positive. Okay, so it doesn't help you in that way. But if you have SOX10, yeah, do a SOX10. Okay, and SOX10 is not very often positive in a clear cell sarcoma or tendon sheaths, but it is regularly positive in a melanoma. Okay, so you can't do HMB45. So you've understood this already? No.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, very good. So now tell me what would you do if you had to make a distinction between metastatic undifferentiated carcinoma, metastatic melanoma, and large cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma with anaplasia?
CK, SOX10 or S100 and LCA.
And LCA. All right. And I have none of these positive. So then what is it? I'm telling you, no CK, no S100,
Metastatic SARC.
HMB45, melanA, whatever you want, and no LCA, that is CD45. So what is it? Yes, Auravi?
Ma'am, we can go for a CD20 or a CD3 as
Right. I'm telling you, CD20 and CD3 is also negative. Huh? So what now? We are talking about large cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma with anaplasia, right? And here is your, sorry, I just move you down here so that people can see. Yeah. So pan-CK was negative, S100 protein negative, CD20 negative, CD3 negative. We never did an LCA because an LCA doesn't always tell you anything much. Everybody thinks that all lymphomas are LCA positive, but I think you have to get used to the fact that many lymphomas are not LCA positive, okay? But nobody mentioned CD30. Okay, CD30 had to be done because one of the large cell anaplastic lymphoma is CD30 positive, yes or no? So
yes,
nobody
ma'am.
mentioned CD30, we had to do it. Yeah, but here you are, EMA is positive. So now what does that mean? You have an epithelial marker, that's EMA, and you have CD30 positive, okay? So could this be some funny form of carcinoma that is CD30 positive and EMA positive? Are there any carcinomas that are CD30 positive? Any one of you have heard? Do you do, that's why I asked you yesterday, no? You do immunos in your labs, yes or no? You do. Okay, Mogalodi, please tell me. Which carcinoma can be CD30 positive?
Embryonal, I think, is CD30
Wonderful,
positive.
Mogalodi. Yes, an embryonal carcinoma is CD30
Yes, please.
positive. Yeah. Anything else that may be CD30 positive? Mogalodi, what is CD30?
Yolk sac.
Somebody was saying something. Yes, Ritika? What is CD30?
Yolk sac tumors.
No, it's not yolk sac. What is CD30? What is this molecule? What is CD30? It's an adhesion molecule. No, it's an activation molecule that is present on the surface of cells. Okay, so now we know that embryonal carcinoma is positive. Yeah, we know that ALCL is positive. Any other cell is positive for CD30? Mogalodi?
Hodgkin's.
Hodgkin, ma'am.
Hodgkin's, yes, Hodgkin's and Reed-Sternberg cells. Hodgkin cells are CD30 positive. Anything else is positive? Any other carcinoma is positive? Some undifferentiated large cell carcinomas are, and in the context of the head and neck, it is an EBV associated undifferentiated carcinoma of the nasopharynx. That can be CD30 positive. Okay, right. So now EMA positive, CD30 positive. What do you want to say? Is this a carcinoma or is this a lymphoma? Anybody? Ritika? Now, yes, Mogalodi?
It's
Say
Cars-
it's suggestive
carcinoma.
lymphoma.
Ritika says carcinoma. Mogalodi says
Lymphoma.
lymphoma. Okay, why?
Because ALCL can be positive for Emma, and it's also
Absolutely right. So CD30, EMA is another marker that is not specific for anything. It's not specific for a epithelial differentiation. Can anybody tell me where else EMA is expressed? Yeah, Mogalodi, you know. Can you tell me what expresses EMA? Apart from
Tumors.
epithelial?
But some sarcomas also can express Emma.
Yeah, there are some
Sure.
sarcomas that express EMA, like synovial sarcoma expresses EMA, regularly expresses EMA, all right. What else?
Meningiomas.
Meningiomas express EMA, very good. Yes. Follicular dendritic cells regularly express EMA, okay? And they are not of epithelial derivation. And Mogalodi is very correct that anaplastic large cell lymphomas are often EMA positive, okay? So there you are. Now here you are, this is, I think you are somewhere in that thing. This happens to be EMA and you can see that there is EMA. I don't know where the EMA, it's gone below my screen, but this is EMA. You can see that there is EMA being expressed, okay? This is what? This is CD30. And you can see that there is membrane, there is Golgi, yes? It's a bit heavy, that's why you're seeing a lot in the cytoplasm. So this is CD30, okay? Now, can I ask you this? The internal control for CD30 is what? And you've got 5 choices over here. RS cells, plasma cells, B cells, T cells, or neutrophils. So what are we?
Ma'am, B cells.
B cells, okay. Ritika,
B cells, ma'am.
B cells, okay. Amoy, don't know?
Don't.
All right. Okay. Mogalodi,
Ma'am, I think I'd go with neutrophils.
neutrophils, okay.
The other
I'm
ones, I
seeing a
don't know.
lot of people in the chat box. They're saying B cells, some are saying neutrophils,
Ma'am, RS cells.
RS cells. So internal control means what? Are RS cells always there in your control? Sorry.
No, ma'am.
No,
Or
ma'am.
yeah, you said it. You can't have it as an internal control, no? So what are the cells that are likely to be in the internal control? Somebody called Raghav Kapoor is saying B, T, and plasma cell. So he's not picking any one. So come on. So let's go. We can't have this plasma cells. Every plasma cell is CD30 positive. And it's very rare to get any kind of tissue in which you don't see some plasma cells, right? Perhaps the brain is one area where you don't see plasma cells on a regular basis, but it's plasma cells. And if you have a lymph node, you'll see a lot of plasma cells. You also see immunoblasts. So CD30 is expressed in immunoblasts. It's expressed in plasma cells. Okay, you know, today's I know I've said that they are brain teasers, but that's not what I'm trying to tease your brains with. Okay, the diagnoses are straightforward. Okay, so what is your most likely diagnosis now?
ALCL, ma'am.
LCL.
ALCL. All right. So now what next? You have to prove that it is ALCL. Just because it's EMA and CD30 positive doesn't mean that it is ALCL, and that's not the end of the diagnosis. So what should we do now? Ritika?
We could do IHC for ALK, ma'am.
We could do IHC for ALK, yes. Anybody has any other suggestions? Yes, somebody called Hetvi and Atul and all saying ALK. Okay, so yes, we did ALK, and you can see the ALK over here. And this is, in this case, the ALK is not nuclear. The ALK is cytoplasmic. So this is ALK1. So yes, we have CD30, we have ALK1, we have EMA. So what is our diagnosis?
ALK positive ALCL.
ALCL. Okay, and yes, we did do a CD45, and CD45 does show you a positivity, but please remember, you can get 50% of anaplastic large cell lymphomas do not express CD45. So doing CD45 is a useless stain if in your differential diagnosis you have anaplastic large cell lymphoma. Negativity does not rule it out. Okay, and most of these express at least one T cell marker. May or may not, but many of them do. In this case, what does it express? CD43, which is a T cell marker, right? It can express other markers, CD4. Now, at the time when this case was done, it was many years ago, we never did CD4, okay? Because we didn't have CD4. It is literally more than 16, 18 years ago. And so we never did CD4, but CD4 is a good marker, and it tells you that if you have an anaplastic tumor, maybe LCA negative, but it expresses CD4, it is very likely to be an anaplastic large cell lymphoma, whether or not it expresses ALK. Okay, so ALK does not define an anaplastic large cell lymphoma. CD30 does. Anything else should be done? So this is anaplastic large cell, ALK1 expressing anaplastic large cell lymphoma. Okay. What is the one crucial marker that was not tested in this case and we should have done it? It's ALK positive. Since it's ALK positive, it is an anaplastic large cell lymphoma because it is CD30 and it is 43 and it also expresses EMA, and that's fine. But what is the one crucial marker not tested in this case? You might have CD30 positivity. Yes? Yes.
PAX5.
Very good. Who said that? Amoy?
Me, ma'am.
Yeah. So, yes, PAX5. To say that something is truly a CD30 positive ALCL, it must be negative for PAX5. Okay, because you can get CD30 positive large B-cell lymphomas that do not express CD20 but regularly express PAX5. Okay, so PAX5 is a crucial marker in this one case. All right, any questions that any of you have on this? Or we'll go to the next case. All right, so now who wants to take the next case? Amoy?
Yes, ma'am.
Very good, come on.
In second case, we have 15 years old male, single enlarged cervical lymph node, and hematological parameters were apparently normal.
Very good. Now, here we are.
Ma'am, here we can see partial effacement of the lymph node architecture. We can see the few
You say
germinal
that,
centers.
Amoy? Why did you say that, Amoy? Because I see, yes, you were going to say because you see what? Yeah, Amoy, why did you say that there was partial effacement of the lymph node architecture?
Ma'am, the germinal centers, the lymphoid follicles were arranged opposite.
Now, are the germinal centers with the, lymphoid follicles with germinal centers, are they part of the architecture, Amoy? No. See, it's very hard, no, to get out of a habit that has been formed for literally from the beginning of your pathology training. Yeah. Well, there is a lymph node content is there. You can see that there are. Yeah. So I'm not going. But what you see is that there is something that is in between, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So you see follicles. You don't have to talk about effacement of architecture. What do you see? We see lymphoid follicles with germinal centers, but they are widely spaced.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
widely spaced.
Follicular space is occupied by, you can make out over here, yes, by a diffuse infiltrate. Yes or no?
Yes. Yes.
Excellent. Okay. Anybody else has anything to say that we might? All right. And this is that infiltrate. Come on, Amoy.
Okay. Ma'am, here we can see the polymorphous population background, like that's composed of lymphocytes, matured lymphocytes, eosinophils, and plasma cells. And then, ma'am, occasional neutrophils also we can see.
Yes.
And they are scattered.
Scattered?
Ma'am, scattered large atypical cells are seen.
Okay.
Which are which have moderate eosinophilic cytoplasm. They have mononuclear. They have eosinophilic cytoplasm. They have a large mononuclear ovoid shape, and then they have clear to vesicular cytoplasm.
They have large single nuclei. Yes.
Yes, ma'am. Mononuclear. They are large single mononuclear. They are having, ma'am, cleared to, some have cleared and vesicular chromatin with a single large prominent, central prominent nucleolus.
All right. Anybody wants to, anything more you wanted to say, Amoy? Sorry. Before I go to somebody else. Nothing?
No, ma'am.
All right. Sauravi, anything that you want to add?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. What about you, Ritika?
No, ma'am.
Mogalodi?
Ma'am, I think there is also one or two that actually show.
Mogalodi, I can't hear you. Can you just speak into the mic? Yes, good.
There is also one or two that show like a eosinophilic cytoplasm with a dark nuclei.
Would you like to annotate it?
Okay.
Can you annotate it? You know what you do? You just pick up that.
Yes,
if you
I send the request.
Okay. Approve. Come on. Now.
Okay.
You can see that.
Yes, I see. I think.
Pick up anything. You can pick an arrow from there.
I don't know if you see it.
You picked it? Yes. Okay. Start annotating now. Say where just mark it. Move your cursor around so that it will mark.
Okay. I'll change. I think it had used thing this one.
Okay. I see
It
your
has it
arrow.
in
Is
pink.
this one that you are talking about? Okay, 1 second. Sorry. Is this what you're talking about, this
One.
cell? Is this what you're talking about, Mogolodi? No.
Mono.
All right.
I
I'll
don't
take
see
it off.
your.
You don't?
It
You
did.
don't see that?
I'm not sure if you can see the annotate. It's.
Where is your annotation, Mogolodi? Ah, here.
Oh, not that.
Okay.
Yeah, I see your
1 minute.
annotation.
1 minute. Let me bring it. Let me.
Yeah.
Hang on. I can see something, but I need to get this thing down. Okay. It's gone too
Yeah.
far. This is not. Okay, now I can get rid of this. Now come on, I'll just move you down because you're trying to mark something here, right? So come on, try again.
Let me.
I'll move
see
you,
if I-
you guys over here. Yes.
I think the annotation has disappeared from my side. Let me.
Has it? No, okay, here is my thing. Now, you were marking something here? Over here,
Yes,
Mokulodi?
I was marking here, right here. I don't know if
You marked, you brought it somewhere? Okay, I can't see that. Where is it?
at the top, right
Ah,
corner.
there, okay. So what do you want to say
Yeah.
about that, Mogolodi?
Yeah, these cells that have a very dark
So you want to
nuclei
call
and
them
pink.
mummified cells, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is the same thing that I was marking here and you were marking there. So their nuclei are very hyperchromatic and they seem to have shrunk. Yes, so these are apoptotic cells, right? Which we call mummified cells. Yeah, okay, very good, Bongolodi, you saw that. Excellent. Now, is there anything else you wanted to add apart from that? No? No? Well, would you like to say something, Amoy, about, you said that there were prominent nucleoli. What's the color of these nucleoli?
Ma'am, I think they are like more towards eosinophilic because
So they are eosinophilic.
yes,
Okay, you can see that they're bright eosinophilic. You might wish to say amphophilic, maybe because the
Yes.
stain is a little heavy, the hematoxin is a little heavy, but they are eosinophilic. Okay, so they
Yes.
are real good prominent nucleoli. Yes, you see something else that looks like nucleolus, and I'm going to show you this. See this blue thing here? See this blue thing here? Can you see these two big cells?
Yes.
Are they? Do they have nucleoli?
No, ma'am.
They don't. Yes, they do. But they are
Like
blue and they are towards towards.
Periphery.
So
Periphery.
these are
Centroblasts.
nucleolated cells, so they may be centroblasts or something. But these are quite different from these huge cells. Yeah, where they are mononucleated cells with very prominent nucleoli. All right, excellent. Now, let's go to the next thing. And you'll see more of all of these everywhere. Yeah. Anything else you want to say here? Anybody?
Ma'am, here we can see the the primary follicular cells along
You
with
can
it.
say a primary
Follicular cells.
primary follicular cells. What does that mean? What is a primary follicular cell? What are you talking about? Can you just ask to, you want to annotate something?
Ma'am, on the left hand side, like half of the left hand side.
So you're saying this thing? Yes? This area?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what is it? Primary follicle. How do you know it's a primary follicle?
Ma'am, they are compact and
You
then
saw something on LOPA, didn't you? Yes, and
Yes,
what was
ma'am.
it that you saw in LOPA?
Ma'am, germinal centers and primary follicles.
Germinal centers and primary follicles. If
Yes,
you've
ma'am.
got germinal centers, you can't have primary follicles. A primary follicle is a follicle without a germinal center. So if you have germinal centers, what are you calling a primary follicle?
Okay. Ma'am, matlab germinal center cells.
The germinal center cells don't look like this. These are all small, round lymphocytes. So what is it that you are talking about?
Marginal
Shall
zone.
we? 1 minute. Let us. She has to sort out what she thinks. She's.
Ma'am, they can be
No,
paracortical
come on.
cells.
Show me where are your primary follicles.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Come on. Where are your primary follicles? That one? I think you are seeing something in the center over there, no? That's pale. But what is that, the stuff that you see around, which is very dark? It's not primary
Mantle
follicles.
zone.
So it's the mantle zone, no? So what you're seeing is the mantle zone in whatever you saw before. Yes, it's not a primary follicle. This is the mantle zone that you are seeing. Okay. So that what you're seeing over here is the mantle zone of a
Mantle zone
nearby
cells.
follicle, and this is obviously the interfollicular space. And in that
Yes.
interfollicular space, Amoy, you are seeing these very large cells.
Yes.
Okay. You also see some cells that look. Can you see this?
Yes, ma'am. They are binucleated
They're
cells.
binucleated. Okay.
Yes,
All right. And you're seeing some cells
yeah.
that look as if they're stuck together, but there may be two cells that are together. Okay. Let's go to the next thing. What do you see over here? Same thing, different thing?
Ma'am, it looks same like background shows eosinophils,
Very good.
polymorphous population,
Uh-huh.
lymphocytes, and then mononuclear cells.
Okay. Anybody else has got any other observation over here? Any other observation? Well, Mogalodi, was it any different to what you saw in the previous 2 or 3
I
fields?
wasn't. Yeah, but some of the cells of the mononuclear cells with prominent nucleoli,
Yes.
I thought show some ring around the nuclear, but
A ring
I wasn't
around the nucleolus. No, that was there.
around the nuclear, like a perinuclear clearing.
Perinuclear ring.
Yes,
Okay.
which I wasn't too
Yeah.
convinced.
You know what I would have noticed over here? Anybody? That those cells were very scattered. Look at these cells. Are they scattered here? No, they seem to be more numerous. Yes?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Yes,
And then
ma'am.
you notice that they seem to be sort of sticking together in this particular place. So they're forming some loose aggregates. Would you agree that there are loose aggregates? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now we have seen all this, and there are lots of eosinophils, and here we are seeing more of those cells. Yeah, look at the huge nucleoli. This one looks a little amphiphilic or blue, but many of them are pink nuclei. All right, and then I gave you these immunos. So Amoy, tell me, what did you see?
Ma'am, CD30 is showing membranous positivity for those atypical large cells.
All right, very good. Anybody, anything else you want to say? Add to what she said? Anything?
Membranous and Golgi, ma'am.
Membranous and Golgi. Who said Golgi? Ritika
Yes, ma'am.
or Amoy? Ritika, you want to?
Ritika, ma'am.
Okay, Ritika, show me the Golgi.
This, ma'am.
Where is the Golgi?
This.
There. Yeah, okay, perhaps. Do you see another one anywhere else? Strange, no? Lots of
This, ma'am.
CD30 positivity, but really no good Golgi. Okay. Anyway, that's that. Maybe it's a problem with the stain. Okay. Come on, Amoy, next. This is CD15. I think it's written there. Yes, CD15. What do you think?
Ma'am, I think CD15, those large cells do not show CD15 positivity.
Ah, they don't show. Very good.
Yes.
So what is showing CD15 positivity?
Ma'am, I think eosinophils, those can also stain CD15.
Oh yes, all
B and T cells.
all neutrophils and some
Yes, ma'am.
histiocytes stain with CD15. So yes, when you see this kind of CD15, it is too good to be true. Okay, neutrophils, some eosinophils, etc., will stain with CD15. But you see that the real large cells, and they're there in the background. Yes, here they are. They are negative. Okay, here's another big
Yes,
cell,
ma'am.
and it's negative. All right. So there's another big cell over there, and that is negative. So CD15 is not expressed in these cells. Excellent. Okay. Now, what is this?
Ma'am, LCA also, like the large cells does not show this LCA positivity.
Excellent. So you can see the negative outlines of these cells, and you have a lot of other cells which are neutrophils, maybe lymphocytes and other things which have taken up the LCA. Has anybody disputes that? No, you can see that this negative staining is there, and you see the large cells and they are LCA negative. Yes. All of them are LCA negative. Okay, so CD15 is negative, LCA is negative, very good. Now, what about CD20?
Ma'am, the CD20 also negative in the large cells and shows
Excellent, you can
positive.
see that. Yes, again you can see that CD20 is not expressed in these large cells. Good. Now let's go to the next one. And what is this? CD3.
Ma'am, CD3 also negative in large cells.
Very good. Anything that you wanted to say about CD20 and CD3? Particularly about CD3?
Ma'am, they are staining the background T lymphocytes.
They are staining background lymphocytes. Okay,
Yes.
good. Anybody else? No? Okay, fine. Let's go to the next page. What is this?
Ma'am, EBR.
EBRs.
EBRs.
What is EBR?
Ma'am, EBV small encoded RNA.
It is what?
Epstein-Barr virus small encoded RNA.
Yes, encoded expressed RNAs. It is
RNA.
expressed RNAs. Yes, okay. Then?
Ma'am, shows nuclear positivity in those large cells.
Yes, their nuclear positivity in this large cells. Okay. You noticed that we saw that last slide, which was the H&E, and you see the clustering, which is quite obvious here.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, in this particular thing, it is very obvious. So, what is your diagnosis, Amoy?
Ma'am, Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Mixed
Any
cellular.
kind of Hodgkin's lymphoma?
Ma'am, I didn't get the question.
Which kind of Hodgkin lymphoma?
Ma'am, classical Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Classic Hodgkin's lymphoma. Okay. Any dispute or any kind of differential diagnosis that anybody else has? Sauravi? What's your
different.
hypothesis?
Favoring, ma'am, mixed cellularity type classical Hodgkin lymphoma.
So you wanted to add mixed cellularity to it. All right. Yeah.
Ma'am, can it be EBV related reactive hyperplasia?
Reactive hyperplasia. All right. So you have a differential diagnosis. Okay. Ritika?
No, ma'am. I think it's mixed cellularity Hodgkin's lymphoma, ma'am.
Okay. Mixed cellularity. What about you, Mogalodi?
I would also go with the Hodgkin's lymphoma classical.
Hodgkin's lymphoma. Okay. All right. Fine. Can you now put this whole thing, observations, into a single sentence, Amoy?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, cellular lymph nodes with polymorphous population of cells with large atypical cells of with large nucleus and prominent eosinophilic nucleolus.
Excellent.
And ma'am,
Fantastic. Come on. Now, the last thing is that you have to add what you saw on
with IHC.
yes, immunohistochemistry and the large cells express.
Yes, ma'am. On immunohistochemistry, the large cell express CD30, membranous positivity.
CD30, yes. Anything else? And they express
And
EBERs and they're negative for
and they're negative for
CD45.
CD50 and B and T cell markers.
Yes. So CD45, which is LCA, and B and T cell markers. Excellent. See, it's so easy. Oops, what happened? Yeah, so there, cellular polymorphous proliferation, which is exactly what you said. Replete means full of eosinophils that it contains dispersed large mononuclear cells with large pale nuclei, distinct pink nucleoli, yes? And they express 30 and EBERs, but do not express 15, 45, 20, and 3. So the immunoprofile that is there, sorry, let me just go back. Let me pull you out from there. Yeah. So what's the immunoprofile? Here we have it. Yeah, in a nutshell. 30 positive, EBERish positive, and 15, 20. And in the CD3, there's an absence of T rosettes, and there were not many T cells in the background. Yeah. Why did I make that particular observation? That's what I was asking you when we were looking at the 20 and the 3. Any reason why, Mogalodi? Would you like to answer that?
From
just hold that thing a little closer. I'm sorry, Mogalodi.
Yeah, I should think it's maybe because of the lymphocyte depletion.
Lymphocyte depleted. Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel that this may be a lymphocyte depleted Hodgkin's. Most Hodgkin's lymphomas of classic type, except for the T cell rich variant, are full of T cells in the background, right? And this did not have a lot of T cells in the background. Certainly didn't have many B cells in the background, so that was worth noting. All right, so now what is your diagnosis? You all came out with the diagnosis of classic Hodgkin lymphoma, yes? So I'm asking, do you want to take another shot at this? Is it yes, no, or maybe? I think all of you have answered yes. There's no question of no, and there's no question of maybe, right? Okay, I can see people in the chat box and they have got some other ideas. Okay, my answer to this thing would be, and you can see this here, is maybe. And the question as to why I'm saying maybe is why? Too many eosinophils, too few classical RSLs. You know, we saw one miserable one. Yeah, too good to be true. You know, there is a saying, no? People are just too good to be true. That means everything is screaming at you. Hodgkin, Hodgkin, Hodgkin. Too many EBA positive cells? Is it possible that that's the reason? Or it's incomplete immunophenotyping? What do you think is the reason why the answer should be maybe?
Incomplete immunophenotyping.
Sauravi says incomplete immunophenotyping. What about Mogalodi?
I would say maybe too many EBA positive.
Too many EBA
cells.
positive cells. Okay. Ritika?
I agree. Too many EBA positive cells.
Okay. And what about you, Amoy?
Maybe incomplete immunophenotyping.
Incomplete immunophenotyping. So, what is the phenotyping that we should have done?
Yeah.
Huh?
PAX5.
PAX5. Very good. And I tell you that the PAX5 is negative. So now, can you have a classic Hodgkin's lymphoma that is PAX5 negative? Come on. Any of you?
Thanks.
Huh? The answer is incomplete immunophenotype. And you asked for PAX5, and I'm telling you that PAX5 is negative. So now, Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Something bothering you, Amoy?
People are answering the chat box.
They are answering in the chat box. Okay.
Disha
what are
and
they saying?
Mum1.
They say what?
Oc2 Mum1, ma'am.
OC2 and Mum1. All right. OC2 is negative and Mum1 is negative.
And Shamima has asked, can it be nasopharyngeal carcinoma?
Well, Shamima, right from the beginning, was saying CK. Okay, somebody called Vivek Polage is saying CD15. All right, so I'm telling you, look at this. So, full mark, Shamima. Look at the pan-cytokeratin. It is positive. So, PAX5, OC2, BOB1, all the transcription factors were negative. Okay. MUM1 is neither here nor there. But yes, it's CK positive. So, what does that mean? Now, Amoy,
Yes, ma'am.
what is it?
Ma'am, this metastatic undifferentiated CN.
Yes. So, now, what did you learn from this case, Amoy? What?
Ma'am, we have to rule out all possibilities, all possible differential diagnosis.
You have to think of all possibilities. No, why? What have you learned, Ritika?
And we should always think of a metastatic carcinoma
in a what? Of course, we
in
always
a
have to.
differential of IHCs, we should include CK, ma'am.
No, I gave you the immunohistochemistry, no? So immunohistochemistry, if it is not done completely, can mislead you because there are many things, as we discussed in the last case, that can be CD30 positive. Yeah, and CD30 positive, CD30 is so often positive in a metastatic undifferentiated carcinoma or in an undifferentiated carcinoma of the nasopharynx. And not only is it CD30 positive, but as you saw in this case, it is
EBV positive, ma'am.
Yes, it is EBV positive because that's what undifferentiated carcinomas of the nasopharynx are. They are. The etiology of undifferentiated carcinoma is the Epstein-Barr infection with the Epstein-Barr virus. So you have got CD30 positive. Yeah, you had 15 negative. But without doing the B cell transcription factors today, we cannot do it. But even if you don't have B cell transcription factors, you have only one PAX5. If it's negative, for God's sake, think that this may be metastatic nasopharyngeal carcinoma. And here you are. And I wanted to show you, see the clumping of these or clustering of these cells. When they cluster like this, you have to be a little bit careful. Okay, you see things like which is on the left-hand side picture. Yeah, it does look like Hodgkin's. Yes, you can get Hodgkin's in sheets, like you get in the syncytial variant of nodule sclerosing Hodgkin's disease. But nodule sclerosing Hodgkin's disease does not is not EBV positive. It is very, very, very rarely EBV positive. Okay, so there are some things that set off a red flag, and that's what I wanted you to understand. So now you know why I called it teasing. Somebody called Bhavna wants to know the age of this patient. Do you think it matters? I think we did know the age of the patient, right? What was the age of the patient? It was a young
15.
person, I think.
15
15
years,
years.
ma'am.
15 years. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. You can get a metastatic undifferentiated carcinoma. You can get Hodgkin's disease at the age of 40. Yes. So I don't think that that's a very important case. I think 15-year-olds also can get both. 40-year-olds and 15-year-olds can also get Hodgkin. Very good. So now who wants to take I think this is the end of this. Oh, no, that's just to show
I'll
you that
take.
there is a... Yeah, so what's the model of the story? I have a model for many of my stories that a fake is sometimes more believable than the original, but a fake it is nonetheless. Yes. Do you know in the fakes? Do you know anything about fakes, Sauravi? Do you use any fakes? Anybody? Maybe somebody in the chat box can say what do young people use as fakes? No, you don't use. Very good, Sauravi. If you don't, Amoy, have you ever
Makeup.
used a fake?
Makeup.
Makeup? No. A fake means that you have somebody makes something like something else. Who uses Gucci's and stuff like that, and they're not really Gucci's? Huh? Now, lots of people do, no? You can buy them in the bazaars. They got stamped Gucci and God knows what all. So, okay. So that's that as far as this is concerned.
Yes, ma'am.
Are there any questions in the chat box? Oh, fake ID, somebody said. Oh, very good.
Ma'am, Bhavna wanted the age of this case.
Yeah, we said 15 years old. It was there in the history. Okay. Very good. So, can we go to the next one now? Who's going to take this? Mogolodi?
Anita, ma'am, Dr. Amoy's connection is lost.
Okay.
Be
That's
joining
fine.
back.
Yeah, she's joined. Okay, Mogolodi, would you like to take this one?
Ma'am, so can you hear me?
I can hear you very well, Mogolodi.
Okay, the case is a 10-month-old female child who presented with generalized lymphadenopathy, gradual increasing abdominal distension, splenomegaly, hepatomegaly, wheezing for a short duration, but no fever.
Yeah, so why do you think that this child's abdomen was increasing in size, Mogolodi?
Because of the hepatosplenomegaly.
Yeah, that's right. So this hepatosplenomegaly has been going on for some time, and there is an increasing abdominal distension. Excellent. Come on now.
The
Architecture disturbed?
No, ma'am.
No.
But
why?
But the multiple follicles of variable sizes spaced out by lesional cells in between.
Yeah, so there is a widening of the interfollicular zone. No, that's what we want to say. Yes, excellent.
Yes.
So it's the lymph node shape is being preserved. You can see that. You still see a portion of this kidney-like shape. Okay. Now, to those who said there is a cortex and there is a paracortex and all this, now, what do you think? Right here, can you see that? You see this thing over here? Is this anywhere near the cortex?
No,
I've
ma'am.
marked something. Is it anywhere near the cortex? No, it's a follicle, right?
No, ma'am.
It's a follicle germinal center, but it's nowhere near the cortex. So then why are we so obsessed with cortex and paracortex? It all depends on how the lymph node has been sectioned. Okay, so, all right. So now there is a widening of the interfollicular space. Excellent. Let's go to the next thing. The same thing again. And you see how beautiful this node is? Yeah, the cell content is more or less, at least the B cell content is more or less like what you would expect in a physiologically reacting lymph node. But there is an increase in the interfollicular space. Now here we are. Come on now, Mogolodi, what have we got?
Okay. So at this power, we can still see germinal center follicle, but around it you have these monomorphic pink cells
Yes.
With a few interspersed lymphoid cells.
Right.
The
Yes,
cells
you're
appear
absolutely
to
right. So there are sheets, right? Sheets of these cells. You can see some interspersed cells, and you would probably see, if you bother to do you know, a reticulin, you'll see sinuses. You can see those little scratch marks, sort of. Let me see. See these things? These are sinuses. So the sinuses are still there. They're compressed, very badly compressed because of this interfollicular space. There you are. There are some sinuses, and you can see them. The sinuses contain nothing. It's just that they are there. You can see it. You can see the marginal sinus at the periphery over here. You can see that. You can see this marginal sinus. Yeah, the periphery. Because beyond that is the capsule. So the architecture is maintained. There are lymphoid follicles with germinal centers with a widening of the interfollicular space. Okay. Now here you are at little higher part. Okay. So these cells are kind of, how large would you say they are, Mogolodi? Small, medium sized?
they appear medium sized.
Yes, they're medium sized. Okay. Now what do you want to say about them?
These cells have a eosinophilic cytoplasm.
I think we can't hear you,
abundant.
Mogolodi. I think maybe you can speak into the mic a little closer.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yes, the cells have a abundant pink or eosinophilic cytoplasm. With large nuclei that appear vesicular.
Okay.
Also showing prominent conspicuous nucleoli.
Yeah, they seem to have nuclei, but they also
Yes.
seem to have some prominent chromocenters. You know what is a chromocenter? Chromocenters are just chunks of nuclear chromatin. Okay, so you see that. You see some of them at the periphery. These chunks of nuclear chromatin. Yes, they do have some nucleoli, and they are medium-sized cells. Do you think that there is pleomorphism, Mogolodi?
Not maybe I'll say mild, maybe.
Not really, no. So,
No.
but when you notice the nucleus is, you seem to, they have a slight irregularity to the nucleus and not all perfectly round.
Yeah.
Do you agree with me?
Yes,
And yet there is no pleomorphism. So this is a kind of a monomorphic infiltrate. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, this doesn't, has not come off terribly well. But you can see this infiltrate. Yes, you also see some. Do you see these things? What are they?
mitotic figures.
There are lots of mitotic figures. Not one and two. Here's one. Here's another one. Yeah. So there's a mitotic figure. There's another mitotic figure. And there are others. And there is some apoptosis as well. In this, here's another mitotic figure. Oops. We agree, Mogalodi? So this is a mitotically active interfollicular infiltrate that is diffuse, monomorphic, and with these irregular looking nuclei, and they're medium-sized cells. Excellent. All right. Now you see them even better over here. Hmm?
Yes.
And the cytoplasm has got a, when you look carefully now, they're not really nucleoli so much as condensation of the, because they're not pink, they're condensation of the chromatin in a very pale background. Right? But I won't dispute if you say that, it looks to you like a nucleus. Now come on, Mogalodi. This is CD20. We always start, right, with CD20 and CD3. So, what do you see?
CD20 shows normal follicular staining and interfollicular staining of the lymphocyte, B lymphocytes, but not to the tumor cells.
Not the tumor cells. Now you said tumor cells. You don't know that this is a tumor, but you assume that
lesional
it is
cells.
tumor because it is diffuse, right? So what is the word that you would like to use, Mogalodi? The cells
negative
of interest,
lesional.
right? So these are the this is the interfollicular sheet-like monomorphic proliferation, which we think are the cells of interest, and they are not staining with CD20. Excellent. Now, what are they staining with, Mogalodi?
The cells of interest are staining with CD3.
Yes, very bright. You can see, very bright expression of CD3. What is this? CD30. Do you see any CD30 there?
No, ma'am. The
There is
CD30.
one which is, now you can see the membrane, you can see the Golgi very beautifully. So that is probably an immunoblast that is lying there. But in this particular stain, because there's nothing except for hematoxylin that has been, that has taken up in the background, what do you see? It's full of mitoses. Can you see that?
Yes,
You see
ma'am.
the mitoses so well. Here is one. There's another. Look at this. Here's a third. You can see another. You can see so many mitoses. So this lesion is simply hopping with mitoses. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. There's no CD30. Would you have wanted to do a TDT? It was done. Why was it?
Yes, I would have wanted to do a TDT
Very good.
to check
Why?
if these are immature or these
Why
are.
did you want to check whether it was immature or not?
The cells do have like a plastic appearance.
Very good, Mogalodi. Yes, the cells do have a kind of a blastic appearance. They do have some nucleoli. They have this palish cytoplasm with some, chromatin that is block-like in some parts, but thread-like in others. But it's full of mitoses. And what's the age of the patient?
And it's
10 months.
The patient is 18 months old. Yes, has got hepatosplenomegaly. 18 months old, has got an infiltrate in the lymph node, which is infiltrating in between reactive follicles. So, and it is CD3 positive. So, of course, we would have to try to find out whether this is immature or not. Now, what do you think, Mogalodi? TDT is?
Is negative.
Negative. Is that a shock? Is it a shock to you? Was it a shock?
It stumped me.
It shocked you? Very good.
Yeah.
Excellent. What about you, Solvi?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it did. What about Amoy?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, it did. And what about Ritika?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so this is where you get vexed, no? You get vexed because you expected the TDT to be positive and it was negative. So now we have to try some other marker which is of immaturity. And what is that? It is CD34. I sent it to you.
CD34.
So now it's become even more vexatious. Why? Because CD34 is
Also
negative.
negative.
And it's full of mitoses. Okay. There are other negative immunostates. Okay, this TDT doesn't work. Okay, so we did CD1A. You think those were histiocytes or CD68? No, CD10 is another marker of immature. You may get them in immature cells. All negative. Now, Mogalodi, what do you want to do? What is the diagnosis? Send it back to the lab, Mogalodi, and tell the guys over there, you guys have not done your immuno well. Repeat it. Would you do that, Mogalodi? Of
In
course,
the
you would do
control
it. I
where
would do it. I
yeah.
would do it. Of course, I would do it. So, here we have our observations. Yes, well-preserved B zone with reactive follicles. Agree?
Yes, ma'am.
Interfollicular infiltrate of intermediate size cells that show vesicular nuclei with some basophilic indented nucleoli and nuclei it should be, and brisk mitosis. And you can't have indented nucleoli. I'm sorry, that's a typo. And there's no infiltrate in the perinodal tissue. Did you see the perinodal? I showed you, that was so beautifully, sharply defined. So the cells of interest express CD3 diffusely, strongly, but they are immunonegative for 30, 34, and TDT. So, what's the diagnosis? Choose. Come on, Mogalodi. I've given you some, and here's the history. 10-month-old, not 18-month-old, 10-month-old. Okay. Generalized lymphadenopathy, wheezing, gradually increasing abdominal distension, NHL of peripheral T cell type, NHL of lymphoblastic type with antigenic loss of TDT, badly fixed, TDT 34, perhaps they are not being expressed, biphenotypic leukemia, ALCL, in which we haven't been able to show the CD30, none of the above or all of the above. Come on, pick.
I would pick the biphenotypic leukemia.
Biphenotypic leukemia. Okay.
Yeah.
What is the biphenotypic in that, Mogalodi? B, and you're talking about myeloid and lymphoid? Yes? So
Yeah,
if it was
because
lymphoid, what would you expect? What marker to come up? TDT.
if
no?
TDT should have been
Right.
positive.
If it is myeloid, what marker should have come up? 34? Do you think? Okay. Sometimes CD34 may not come, then you'll have to go and do other things like c-kit and other things, but this is neither CD1A positive nor TDT positive, and it is not CD34 positive. All right, you'll go with biphenotypic. What about you, Ritika?
Peripheral T cell type NHL. ma'am.
Peripheral NHL or peripheral T cell type. Yeah, in a 10-month-old child. Very good. Yes, Sauravi?
I'm NHL of lymphoblastic type with antigenic loss of TDT.
Of TDT. Okay. And where's Amoy?
Ma'am, it could be paracortical T cell hyperplasia due to viral infection.
Viral infection. Okay. All right. Paracortical T cell hyperplasia. That's a very good thought because it has no. That means, in other words, these are peripheral T cells. These are not precursor T cells. You agree, Amoy?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
All right. Okay. So what do we do? How do we now go about this? We've done all the immature markers, etc. So, but the answer to this question is none of the above. Okay, it is not. It seems to be like a peripheral T cell lymphoma, but it's so mitotically active, and the patient is so young, 10 months old, with hepatosplenomegaly and all of this. Yeah, and I don't know, but all of you probably attended a very nice talk that was given by Dr. Sumit Gujral, okay, in which he showed you exactly a similar case. But the trouble is that people don't pay attention, or they feel, I'll never see this again. Okay, so now once again, what do you do next? Here's an infant with generalized lymphadenopathy, hepatosplenomegaly, and the only person who has given some kind of reasonable explanation is Amoy. Okay, so what next? How do we prove that this is not a lymphoma? Anybody?
Ma'am, we can do LMP1 and Weber.
LMP1. No, Amoy. No.
Ma'am, clonal rearrangement for T cell receptor we can do.
Clonal rearrangement. But before we come to that, we need to do some immunohistochemistry, no? All right? CD4.
Immunoblast.
Positive or negative Mogolodi?
It appears negative in
Expressed
the
or
tumor
not expressed?
cells. Not expressed.
Not expressed. CD8, expressed or not expressed?
Not expressed.
So anything now, any bells are ringing? I wouldn't have put this up because you're most likely not going to see it. Okay? But this patient had a high total count. And in this total count, see what is the count of the double negative T cells.
Atypical.
Yeah. And then the double negative T cells is very high. Normally you do not get double negative T cells to this extent in the peripheral blood. They are either they are either CD4 or they're CD8. Okay, so now we have in the lymph node as well as in the peripheral blood, there are double negative T cells to such a high extent. And it is not double negative gamma delta T cells, because gamma delta T cells may show you some double negative amount. This is alpha beta. So what is the diagnosis? And this was shown. This was ALPS. It's autoimmune lymphoproliferative syndrome. So Amoy, full marks to you because you said that this is not a lymphoma or a neoplasm. Okay? And the thing is that this is a young kid. The patient has got hepatosplenomegaly and has got all these issues. Okay? So you can look it up. If you want to really see a very good paper on ALPS, this is by Koneti Rao, who was once upon a time worked at Tata Memorial Hospital. He's a brilliant young man, and you can look it up in Blood of November 2011. This is ALPS. You may never see it, but it is a systematic way of analysis. If you have seen a very high grade thing, naturally you think and you get a shock. You don't get 34, you don't have 10, you don't have TDT. So then what else could it be in a young person? Okay. So this was the vexatious case. Moral of the story is beware of the mitotically active T cell proliferations of childhood, which do not express TDT. Okay. Very good. Excellent. Now, who's going to do the next one? Who's left? Sauravi? Come on.
6-year-old male child, generalized lymphadenopathy, peripheral blood shows thrombocytopenia with giant platelet and atypical cells.
In the peripheral smear. Now, what does that mean, Sauravi?
Yes,
Now
ma'am.
you've seen, Sauravi, what does it mean to have thrombocytopenia with giant platelets? and atypical cells in the peripheral smear. What's going through your mind before you pick up this slide and you're going to look at it? In a 6-year-old male with generalized lymphadenopathy.
Ma'am, due to some infection, there may be due to some viral infection, there might be generalized lymphadenopathy, and platelet count may be decreased, and some atypical lymphocyte may be seen in the peripheral blood smear.
All right. Okay. But is there anything else you would like to keep in mind? All right. So come on now. Let's look at this lymph node. Yeah. Once again, now come on, Saurav. Please don't tell me lymph node architecture is.
Shape of the lymph node is maintained here.
Yes.
There is extension of this perinodal extension of tissue is seen, ma'am.
Is there a perinodal extension?
In the below on the left hand side, ma'am.
Do you think it's perinodal or it is part of this? You can actually see little lymphoid follicles and things.
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I'm seeing some lymphoid follicles.
No, this is so well preserved. You know, the architecture, you can see the reniform shape. You see that there is a capsule. I don't know about the capsular sinus because this seems to have been torn, no, from the capsular sinus.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good. So what do you see then at low power? You see?
At low.
Yes, low power. This is very low power. This is 2x. Anything you want to comment? Because this is important. You have to look at things from a perspective. So what do you see? Don't tell me about the architecture being destroyed. It is not.
Nodular aggregate is seen some.
There are some nodular aggregates, okay. But what you see is that you don't see lymphoid follicles.
Primary follicles.
You don't see lymphoid follicles. An occasional lymphoid follicle, like I said, is seen here in a corner. And if there are lymphoid follicles, I don't think that this preparation is so good that you will, maybe you can't see them, but you're not seeing many lymphoid follicles and you're seeing some light and dark areas, no? In this, yeah, some places where you think you see a lot of lymphocytes, which are the dark areas, and then the light areas where you don't see it. Good. Now, this is high power.
In high power, we see this sheet show polymorphic population of cell comprising of lymphocyte, occasional large cell having vesicular chromatin, prominent nucleoli.
I don't know that these are all nucleoli. You know, they are more like chromocenters. I know that it's very hard for me to explain that, but you see a thread-like chromatin in the background. Yeah, you see this? Thread-like chromatin, do you see it? Yeah, you can see that these cells have got thread-like chromatin. Yeah, all of them. And then you have these condensations of the chromatin, which you're calling nucleoli. So all the large cells seem to have that. Very pale nuclei. You see them? I hope everyone, yes, you knew, but you call this polymorphous. Why did you call it polymorphous?
Ma'am, there is presence of lymphocyte, the scattered large cells, and some of them looking like, ma'am, eosinophils, like.
Good. Excellent. Eosinophils, yes. What do you see here?
Ma'am, and some of there is plasma cells are there also.
Okay, there are plasma cells, but they see these cells, no? With a lot of pink, bright pink cytoplasm.
Eosinophilic myelocytes, ma'am.
Eosinophilic myelocyte.
So there are myelocytes over there. Very good, Ritika. There are some eosinophils, but there are also eosinophilic myelocytes. That's true. Here there is an eosinophil, you can see this, which seems to have, you know, a bilobed
nucleus.
Nucleus. So you have these very large cells with this strange pale looking cytoplasm with a little, well, thread-like chromatin and then condensed chromatin. Okay, and then it's admixed with, yes, lymphocytes. It is admixed with these what look like myelocytes. Okay, very good. Here's the same cells that are infiltrating in between the lymphocytes of the lymph node. You can see that they are admixed with one another. And they are, here you see a high endothelial venule. Can you see it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that high endothelial venule suggests that this is the T zone. So this is in the T zone, perhaps. You see more than one high endothelial venule. So it's there. It's in the T zone. We didn't see a good B zone at all. Right? Lots more of that. I just gave you all these images because I thought you should make up your mind what you're seeing. Again, here you see something that could be a mast cell or could be, but it's a very pink cell, right? So, let's go back. There is a remnant portion of the, perhaps a mantle of one of the destroyed lymph nodes, follicles, which we are not really seeing, and more of these. It's an infiltrate, but it is an infiltrate in a lymph node. It is not spilled out into the periphery. You saw it. See now some more eosinophils, some more myelocytes that they seem to be looking like myelocytes. Yeah. Okay, so what's coming to your mind? We did all the usual things, no? You do 23, 5, 10, 23, TDT, CD4, CD7, CD30, everything is negative. I shared all this with you. So, Sauravi, what were you thinking about?
Ma'am, myeloid sarcoma may be the
Myeloid sarcoma, excellent. So, what would you think that we should do? What?
ma'am,
CD4
CD11.
CD?
43, ma'am.
CD? Say again.
43, ma'am.
CD 23.
43.
CD43. Okay, very good. Yes, CD43 is often present in immature myeloid neoplasms. Okay, so
CD13,
we are negative, and we needed to test for. We hadn't done 34, and myeloid tumors which are immature should express CD34. They may express CD117. We needed to do an NPO. We had the TDT was negative, CD43, CD4, CD7. Okay, but CD4, CD7 were done. Why CD4 and CD7? Because they are often present in immature myeloid cells. CD7 is quite often. And did you attend the flow cytometry on lymphomas? That's where Sumit says very often and very with great emphasis that CD7 is a very useful marker for myeloid cells. It is not just a marker, nor is CD4 just a marker of T cells. Okay. So anyway, here is our CD34. Do you think it's positive or negative, Sauravi?
Ma'am, CD34 is
Positive or negative?
some of the cells are, ma'am,
Positive. What are these curvy linear things that are CD34 positive? What is this thing that is like a crescent?
Endothelial cells, no?
Yes, so all these are endothelial cells, no? So no other than the CD34 positive, they are all endothelial cells. Everybody agrees?
yes, ma'am.
All right, so CD34 is negative. What is this? CKIT, CD117. Do you think it's positive?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so you see some, here and there, some small, very faint looking cells, which, yes, are CD117 positive. Certainly, It seems like that. So now let's see what's happening in MPO. Any of the cells positive over here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. What is positive?
Ma'am, these large cells are
Large cells are positive. Okay. How do you know that they're not just some cells that are hanging around over
maybe
here?
myeloid origin this cell.
Okay, they may be myeloid.
But
Yeah.
maybe no, ma'am. Maybe they are myeloid cells of the myeloid series.
All right, but what's happening in the background? The majority of the cells are negative, no?
Yes, ma'am.
So they're neither, the majority of cells are not c-KIT positive, nor are they myeloid positive, nor were they CD34 positive. It's a very strange kind of thing, although we have a very strong suspicion that this infiltrate is myeloid. And then Amoy said CD43. And yes, there is CD43 in several of these big cells. Okay? You see them. What is the small cells that are CD43 positive? There are lots of small cells, no, that are CD. This arrow is pointing to a big cell, but yes, somebody said it. T lymphocytes. Very good. So those CD43 is a regular marker for T lymphocytes. So whatever is bright and very obvious are T lymphocytes. But you see the big cells over here, I just marked some of them, are CD43 positive. So we have got a good clue from CD43, some MPO and some c-KIT that we're dealing with a myeloid neoplasm. But it can't be all myeloid because the CD34 is negative, right? Okay, so then what else should we do now? Well, let's try CD68, okay, because that is monocytic. That too shows occasionally, but most of it is not. All these things that look like little worms are all the processes of histiocytes, which are not, which are present in normal lymph nodes. Okay, you see them in the sinuses and other things, but the majority of the cells are not expressing CD68. Okay, so we did all this. There's 43, that is probably, you've got a little CD117, a little MPO, that CD34, CD68 are all negative. Okay, so now what? And you saw some atypical cells in the peripheral smear. Yeah. There was thrombocytopenia with giant platelets. Do you think we should investigate anything else? What other kind of myeloid neoplasms can you have? What other myeloid neoplasms can you have? You can have erythroleukemia, you can have
megakaryocytic.
Yes, so any of these, no? And in combinations, CD61 was negative, but look at glyc-C. What is glyc-C? Glycophorin C. Yes?
Erythroid markers.
It marks what?
Erythroid.
Erythroid C. So here you are, glyc-C is marking all of this. Yeah. So if this is a myeloid neoplasm, and you were right, all of you were right. And this is a lymph node infiltrated by AML showing erythroid differentiation. And if you're really looking for the extramedullary manifestation of myeloid disorders, you can't go wrong with this particular paper. Read it, and you'll find lots and lots of very interesting things that they say about myeloid neoplasms. Okay, good. Now this is the last, and anybody, moral of the story is that, you know, you have to be persistent to find out what it is. Now, who wants to take this last case? I want to start with Ritika or Mogolodi. You want to do it or what? Come on, Mogolodi, try it. Because you've got lots of immunos and everything there.
So this is a 40-year-old female. History of fever for 1 month. Laboratory investigations revealed pancytopenia. She did not have peripheral lymphadenopathy or organomegaly. Bone marrow trifid biopsy was done.
Right, and that's it. Okay.
And
good.
It's a bone marrow biopsy that shows the trabecular bone, with marrow elements
Is it
at
adequate
mixed.
or inadequate?
It's
For-
adequate.
Very adequate. Yeah, you've got so many spaces that you see. You think it's
Yes.
hypercellular, normal cellular? You know the name, the age of this lady?
It's 40 years old. I thought it
Right. So
looked a bit hypercellular.
it's a little bit hypercellular. Okay. Well, it's within range anyway. Okay. And here it is.
I thought it showed normal marrow elements. You can see your megakaryocytes.
Yes.
You can see your
Are the
erythrocytes.
megakaryocyte is what you see? Is it normal?
Eh?
Is it normal? Are the megakaryocytes normal?
I thought they looked normal. Yeah.
Yeah, they look normal,
They always
absolutely. And these are really good megakaryocytes because you see just the cytoplasm of the megakaryocytes are so huge that you don't see the nucleus in the plane of the section, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So what else are you looking for? You found megakaryocytes. What else are you supposed to look for? Granulocytes and erythroids, right?
Erythroid.
Oh, very good. So, do you see erythroids? Anybody who wants to mark the erythroids? Do you see erythroids over here? Yes, Amoy. Someone is also because yes, come on. There, yes, okay. No, they're all dark little cells, no? So you see them here too. Okay, they're not erythroid cells. Here you are at the bottom. They're not erythroids, okay? There are also some colonies of myeloid cells. You can see them. Yeah. Anything else that you notice? Anybody at this part? And the answer is it's very difficult to see. It's a very busy bone marrow. And when you look at it, you think, oh, everything seems to be fairly good, no? Yes. Somebody says fat spaces are preserved in the chat box. Very good. Oh, okay. What about here? Now you see erythroids, you see some myeloid cells over there. Anything else that you notice? There's a degenerating, I think, megakaryocyte over there. Anybody else?
Ma'am, I think there is increase in the eosinophils.
You think there are an increase in eosinophils? Okay. Possibly. Did anybody notice something over here? It's very
And
difficult
there's
to
a
see.
cluster of
Look at this. Yeah, there is an elongated. Yeah, there are abnormal cells here. And they don't seem to belong to the erythroid or the myeloid or the megakaryocytic series. And they are in a long row. Can you see that? Yeah, so why should things in the marrow be in a long row? That is the question. Why? Mogalodi,
Being the
any idea? Why should they be in a long row?
It could
Here
be in the
you see-
sinusoidal spaces, ma'am.
they are then means that they are sitting within sinusoids. Okay, here there's more like a cluster in this particular here, but see, look at this. Do you see this?
Yes.
Like snake-like. Now you can actually see that there is blood inside that. Can you?
Yes.
Yeah. Then you see this little block over here, and you see another little block over here. They're not rounded structures. They're not infiltrating into into the adipose tissue, but you can see them. So it means that we are dealing with something that probably has is infiltrating in the sinusoids. Excellent. Now see this again? Now it's becoming more obvious, no? But it's not very easy to spot. That's the whole thing, because it's so blends so well with the rest of the marrow. Another one. Can you see this, Mogalodi?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, excellent. Because if you don't, then say so. And now I gave you the CD20. Just look at it. And it's an absolute mirror of what you saw if you noticed it in the H&E. And what is it telling you? That these cells are sitting in some spaces that are branching. Okay, so it's branching. Each of these spaces is branching. You can see that. It's beautiful. They're little worm-like spaces that are branching. And so look at this little one over here at the bottom. It's full of these cells. Yeah. You can see the cells and they're going off into the branches, and there's sort of space in between where they're probably filled with blood. And that's at high power. There's no doubt about it, no? Very good. CD3 is not marking it. You can see that in that group of cells in the sinus, which is not marked with CD3. So what's your diagnosis? It's very, very, very simple. I just thought that, come on, Mogalodi.
Intravascular.
Non-Hodgkin's.
Yes, Mogalodi?
I had
No,
thought,
you're muted. Or loud.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, very well.
Yes. Non-Hodgkin's lymphoma.
Very good. That's all you want to say? Somebody said
Because
it, Mogalodi. Who was that?
Intravascular
Yes,
large B-cell lymphoma.
intravascular large B-cell lymphoma. Yeah, this is the observations. Abnormal population of medium to large size CD20 cells in a bone marrow in which is essentially unremarkable, and the B cells seem to be aggregated in clusters that branch. Yeah, so when you see them branching, and the question is, why do they branch? And why do they branch? Look at that. If you go to CD34, you can see the outline of the endothelial cells, and all of these, this non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and you're absolutely right, Mogalodi, is actually sitting in these vessels. So this is what we call an intravascular large B-cell lymphoma. And you can go and read about it. I don't want to give you, a short summary, but there are two types. There's a Western type and there's an Asian type. Then the Western type usually involves the skin and the CNS predominantly. The Asian type is often associated with hemophagocytosis, pancytopenia, and it is a defect in the homing receptors on the neoplastic cells. So they get into the vessels and they cannot get out of the vessels. It's almost as if they're imprisoned within these vessels. And they are in the lumina of the vessel. Some of them are venules, capillaries, but they are not in the large arteries and in the veins. Now you can imagine what they do. They're plugging all these vessels. So these patients can get all kinds of bizarre symptoms. They can have renal failure, they can have problems with the CNS, they can have problems, as in this case, the patient is tiredness, fatigue, fever, all kinds of things. And it is aggressive. It's often CD5 positive. This particular one was not. It responds very poorly to chemotherapy, although nowadays they are doing better with some kinds of drugs. And the majority of the cases are dead by the time the diagnosis is established, because how do you establish this diagnosis? Okay, it's not easy because the symptoms are so protean, means that all kinds of symptoms, and the autopsy diagnosis is usual. Okay, and this is CD5. In this case, it was not CD5 positive. So the moral of the story is sometimes more than meets the eye. Now I just have one last question, and you will have to answer it for me because the chat box is not working. All of these tumors show a sinusoidal involvement in the bone marrow, except we heard about intravascular large B-cell lymphoma. You have, I don't know if you have encountered it, but hepatosplenic gamma delta T-cell non-Hodgkin's lymphoma is in the sinusoids of the liver, spleen, as well as the bone marrow. Splenic marginal zone lymphoma. There's a hairy cell variant lymphoma, which also is in the sinusoids. And you have PTCL of AITL type, that is of angioimmunoblastic T cell type. Which one would you choose? Come on now.
Splenic marginal zone lymphoma.
All right. So you don't think that splenic marginal zone lymphoma is you think it's the exception? Very good. Amoy?
Ma'am, I don't know.
You don't know. Sauravi?
Ma'am, hairy cell.
Sorry?
Hairy cell, ma'am.
Hairy cell variant. Ah, okay. And what about you? Mogalodi?
I think I'll go with the.
We can't choose the first, we can't choose second, right? So you have to choose one of the three. Now somebody has chosen splenic, somebody has chosen hairy cell, so you want to choose PTCL?
Marginal zone.
What will you do? What will you choose, Mogalodi? Speak into
Splenic
the mic.
marginal zone.
Marginal zone. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, the answer is PTCL of AITL type. Okay, so what is the purpose of giving you this? So next time you see sinusoidal disease, please, it could be any one of these. Yeah, and remember that one of them is a T cell lymphoma, the others are B cell. Okay, very good. So now that's the end of my. Oh, sorry, I need to go up my slide seminar. It's gone on for very long. I hope that you were provoked, that you were tantalized, that you were stimulated. Yeah, you were also vexed. I know that when you didn't get the CD34 or the TDT come positive in that thing. Of course, it was vexatious, and you were stimulated to dissect out the nuances of these cases. Yeah. So thank you very much, all of you, for being a very good team. Mogalodi, thank you for joining all the way from Tanzania. I hope you really enjoyed this thing, and that more people from your country will volunteer to come on to our slide seminars. Yes? Very good.
Thank you.
Thank you, Amoy. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Sauravi. Okay.
Ma'am.
All right. I think we.
Ma'am, there are like one or two questions. Why?
Yes,
are
I'll be happy to take them.
Also,
I'll
ma'am,
just
can you
stop my-
stop sharing your screen? I'll
Yes,
put
yes,
it
I'm just stopping my screen now.
Ma'am, why myeloid sarcoma is called so?
Why?
Myeloid
Okay,
sarcoma.
who asked the question? Do you know who asked the question?
Yes, ma'am.
Who has?
Mrinalini.
Mrinalini. All right. And does anybody here amongst the four of you want to answer that question? Do you think it's a difficult question to answer? Ritika, would you like to try?
It is called so, ma'am, because there are the myeloblasts that are seen in the lesion.
So that's true. But why she's asking, why is it called a sarcoma? I think that's what Mrinalini wants to know. Can you unmute Mrinalini, or can you make her into something? Yeah?
Okay, ma'am, I can do that.
You can. I don't know. It doesn't matter. So why she's asking, is it called a sarcoma?
Why is it called so?
Yes, exactly. Myeloid is not a big issue, right? Because it is, it's composed of hematopoietic cells, which are not of the lymphoid series, so they are of the myeloid.
You can unmute yourself and you can talk.
Yeah, Mrinalini, let us see. Where are you?
You can show your face as well.
Yes, sure. Where are you, Mrinalini? Even if you don't want to show your face, you can ask, you can talk. So she really wants to know, Sauravi, why is it called a sarcoma?
And there is a tumor mass formation
Yes.
and
Ma'am,
Yes.
extramedullary site,
extramedullary.
that's why it is called sarcoma.
You
Yeah,
can
well,
speak,
because,
Anand. You are
yes.
unmuted.
All right, doesn't matter if it might be a little bit. So somebody says 184865 or whatever says something which I didn't catch before it went away. See, it is because it was called myeloid sarcoma because these were exactly what Sauravi said, that it was in the blood. It came out of the blood. It formed a tumor which behaved like a soft tissue sarcoma in the sense that it formed a soft tissue mass. That's why it was called a myeloid sarcoma. And in the old days, before we knew much about this, they actually thought that these were sarcomas. Now we know that these are extramedullary myeloid cell tumors, and we call them often EMMTs, okay, extramedullary myeloid cell tumor. The old name of myeloid sarcoma still is used by particularly like people like me who are dinosaurs. Okay, any other question?
Ma'am, is acute myeloid leukemia with erythrodifferentiation same as acute erythroleukemia?
Yes, it is. It is.
Okay. That's all, ma'am. No more questions.
Oh, wow. Oh, very good. So we didn't have, we will have to solve, Priya, the poll
Yes, ma'am.
story.
Yes, ma'am. It
And
is with
also some way of
so
being able
we
to
figure
use,
out.
I think being able to use the fact that we have so many people joining in to be able to bring them in and take them out, this is just very early days. Thank you so much, all of you, for being part of this experiment. I'm sure that, with Gaurav and Rohan and Priya and so many others who are so involved as moderators in our program, we will solve this. Yeah. So thank you, all of you, very much. Thank you for your participation and being so interactive. Okay. So did you find it interesting or not?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am.
So good. So now if there are some lessons that you have learned, you can apply. Good night.
Good
to
night.
all of you.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
ma'am.
It was very interesting cases, and the moral of each and every case was very nice. Like whatever statements you put at the end of the case, it was like thought provoking.
Okay. Thank you,
I mean,
Priya.
and thank you all the residents. You all very actively took part, and I can see even 300 residents. Even at, it is 9:30 now, and I can see like 300 participants still there. And thank you, like Amoy, Sangavi, Ritika.
Thank
and
you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for taking part. So for the participants who are still there, this is the QR code for the Telegram group. You can scan it and you can join the group so that you will get all the links. And the next talk we have tomorrow, it is on biochemistry instruments, principles, and recommendations by Dr. Colonel Mithu Banerjee. And she is adjunct professor and head of department biochemistry in AIIMS Jodhpur. And so thank you so much. I hope you all have enjoyed it. And see you tomorrow.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Okay.
It was wonderful, ma'am. Thank you so much. And thank you all.
Thank you.
Night.
Good night.